Hello everyone, I'm super excited to be sharing this last video from module 1, which is how to eat all foods and still meet your goals. I know sometimes it can be very hard because you might see a bunch of things on social media saying some foods are good, some foods are bad, but here is this video which is going to show you how you can eat all foods, even cookies, brownies, everything that you desire, but in moderation. So do's and don'ts. So there's no such thing as a good or bad food. On social media, there might be lots of different phrases you might see, like avoid cookies or refined grains, or avoid X, Y, and Z, or this food causes you to gain weight, or it makes you fat. If you see any of these words, run. Okay? There's no such thing as a good or bad food. Yes, some foods are more nutrient dense than others, but no foods are necessarily good or bad. Okay? And another thing, do not beat yourself up. We cannot eat perfectly all the time, and there's no real definition of what is actually healthy. So if you eat more processed food on one day, that's okay. Just get back on track. Don't beat yourself up about it, okay? You want to make this a lifestyle. But do seek advice from professionals. So the only professionals that are actually qualified to provide you actual nutrition counseling or even meal plans are registered dietitians or individuals with some sort of PhD in nutrition. And do be skeptical of influencers. Remember, influencers only show a specific side of themselves in social media, and a lot of them are probably paid to promote and share certain items. So please, please, please be aware of that. And also, a lot of influencers are not registered dietitians and do not have some sort of background in nutrition. Even be aware of nutritionists, because like getting my personal training license, that can easily be done online. And then technically still not professionals to provide any sort of actual medical nutrition counseling. So how to exactly eat all foods in moderation and still meet your goals? First, what does moderation look like to you? Moderation can be defined differently by everyone. Everyone has a different style of eating. Everyone has different struggles. To one person, eating in moderation might be eating one cookie every single day. For another person, it could be when they're at a party. It means saying no to a cookie or a piece of cake, right? So, what does moderation look like to you? Another thing is enjoy the good food. I'm never going to tell you not to eat a specific food unless obviously you are have a disease, if you're allergic to it, or a doctor or some sort of registered dietitian tells you to stay away from a specific food. But other than that, pizza, donuts, cookies, cakes, everything, all that good stuff are meant to be enjoyed. Don't feel guilty about it. Another thing is, if you have a food that causes you specifically to overeat or just binge eat, keep it out of your pantry. Sometimes you need to not have it in your house in order to stop eating it, but don't exactly eliminate it from your diet. So even though you keep it out of your pantry, if you want to eat it, tell yourself, if you want to have it so bad, go and get in the car and go drive to the grocery store to buy it. But when you do buy it, buy one of those single packaged, single serving packages, so that way you don't buy a big bag and then end up eating the whole bag. Another thing is becoming more mindful. When you become more mindful, it makes the experience just much more pleasurable, and you don't need to eat in such a rush. You actually can take the time to eat and enjoy your food. Another thing is eat in portions. So let's say you're in a buffet and you just put on all the food. Because it's a buffet, you're tempted to put everything in one plate. Try eating in portions first and then see if you want to have seconds. So as you see in this plate, it's very amazing. Half of the plate is basically veggies. You got your protein in there, you got your greens in there. It's perfect. All right. And another thing, include balance and variety. It's so easy to just eat the same foods every single day, but include balance and variety for many different things. It makes it fun, and also you get to make sure you have all your nutrients. The nutrients in apples are different than the nutrients in bananas, for example, right? So include different varieties of foods. Another thing is planning ahead, as you already know from my previous modules. But planning ahead is just going to make everything so much easier and just lessen the stress of just having to figure out where you're going to eat. So plan ahead, plan your meals. If you're going out to eat, look up the restaurant ahead of time. Even put it in your little meal planner so you know what you're gonna order when you get to the restaurant. And this is a very, very short module, but hopefully it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching this module. And here's a quote that hopefully sticks with you. And it says, "Take care of your body. It is the only place you have to live."